Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Twitching Upstream. My name is Dylan. Usually on Twitching Upstream, I'm joined by my buddy and writing partner, Zach. He couldn't be here this week, so we're doing another special edition. That's right. This time, I am going to be writing a screenplay. I'm going to continue writing the D&D screenplay I've been working on for the last few episodes now. And, I'm going to throw that up there right now. Of course, my name is Dylan. You can find all of our stuff at somenobodies.com. We do a whole bunch of things like Silicon Angels, Create Your Own Podventure, APP.eal, and Real Boys on Monday and Friday, that sort of stuff. I'm going to throw the document up here now because there's nobody here right now to introduce this show to. You know what, actually, I'm going to share this link around a little bit. Why not? So previously on other episodes where I've been doing special edition things, I've been working on this Dungeons & Dragons Inspired, and I use Inspired loosely because it is explicitly a D&D screenplay. It was originally put together as a pitch for a contest or competition. Competition is probably a more accurate term. A competition that Zach and I entered a while ago for the, excuse me, Three Geeks podcast, where we were chosen to reboot or pitch reboots for three separate franchises. We did Cape Fear as a superhero movie. We did Citizen Kane as kind of this updated, like rags to riches to rags. Citizen Kane, you don't do a whole lot different with that. And then we were told to do Dungeons & Dragons, which the only way to really reboot a D&D movie is to just do a different adventure. So in order to keep to the spirit of the competition and make it seem like it was a reboot, I used some character names over from the original movie. Crophion Damodar, the Empress, who I don't think she has a name in the original. But yeah, I've got my tea because writerly, and also because there's various illnesses going around, and tea is good for that. So what we've been doing on this D&D podcast so far, we're about 20 podcast. This isn't a D&D podcast. This is a special edition. What we're doing with the screenplay right now, the crew of the skyship Wanderlust has set down in the city of Greyhawk. The crew is looking for another job. They've gone to Dodd, the human captain's kind of father-in-law. They're not married, but it's like his girlfriend's dad. And he's like a crime boss who runs a tavern. So he's asked him for a job, and he goes, yeah, there's a wizard tower that needs looting, but everybody knows about it, so you're going to be competing with a few people to try and loot it. And he comes down from getting the job, and the elf fighter, who is specifically told not to cause trouble, is causing trouble. So, really, I'm just going to pick this up. Yeah, she's too agile. Hello, Boof Boy Blitz. Cool. Does not seem like she had caused any trouble yet. Ellen is quite capable. God, not what I meant. Dodd shoots a not harried, shooting exasperated. Look at Kai. Kai shrugs. You want to be really economical with your screenwriting? Any specific sort of screenplay directions are going to be handled by the director. What is this play about? So I'm writing a screenplay right now for a movie that is inspired by Dungeons and Dragons. It's a really low effort, really low impact project. Put something about butts in your script. Okay, hello, Michael. Yes, I'll put something about butts in the script. We're about to start a tavern brawl, so I don't see why not. This is a D&D screenplay about the crew of a skyship that goes on adventures and has to deal with wizard shit, as you do in D&D. Kai shrugs. God descends the stairs. Let's see. I want Dodd to get involved in this. I want this bar fight to start off, so I need to go back up because I forgot the name of the rival that I gave him. Let's see. Tavern Steward. Blackburn. That was the guy's name. Blackburn seems an appropriate name for a guy who wears like dark gray armor, probably has like a dark green coat. He reaches the bottom when Blackburn comes from the crowd and punches him across the mouth. Let's see. Dodd. Bastard. Dodd grapples Blackburn. The tavern erupts in... no, we're not going to have the tavern erupt in chaos yet. Elm manages to... No, we're not going to say manages. Elm picks up and throws Parrish into the crowd. The impact spills an orc's drink. We're going to have an orc. Why not? Spills an orc drink. The orc turns around and punches the nearest patron in the mouth. The tavern erupts into chaos, and a bar brawl ensues. Fights like this. Ooh. Massive medieval bukkake party. That is an insane twist, Boof. You're right. That is crazy. Maybe not for this one. That's for Twitching Upstream After Dark. That's our not safe for work X-rated version of the show. This one's for the kids. You know, we're gonna keep things relatively clean. But I like the insane twist. You're right. I might bring that in later. So we can do intercut. We're not gonna do intercut. Dodd and Blackburn struggle. Elm fights the next one, maybe no more PG-13. Sure. On the next one, whenever I finish this one, I'm really trying to turn this into an actual completed screenplay. And I figure that keeping this on a streaming platform holds me accountable to people who show up on occasion. Elm fights the halfling pair and easily overcomes them. Fist of Bronze stays at the bar and dodges thrown mugs. Let's see, Harlock and Marion put up a magical shield and discuss magic secrets in hushed tones. Dodd and oh no, we're having trouble streaming to Twitch. Interesting, because Boof is really hyped for this one, though. So cool. I appreciate that, Boof. Dodd and Blackburn continue to struggle. Excuse me. Dodd knees him in the groin and throws him into the press. Let's see. I think that's all the crew. I think I gave everybody their little spotlight. So that way the filmmaker, whoever winds up doing this, is probably going to be Scorsese. Let's be real. Scorsese's definitely going to direct this one. That way Scorsese knows what to do as far as like action cues go. Let's see. Dodd and Blackburn continue to struggle. So we got a bar fight. It doesn't need to be too much. You really don't want super complex scenes, unless you're like a screenwriter who can manage to direct it. But this thing is going to require such a budget that I'm not going to be directing this. Let's see. The cards show up. Oh, cool. Okay. Let's see. PG-13 for D&D is the way to go because green blood does not count towards the rating. You're 100% correct. Green blood does not count towards the rating. I'm going to let's decapitate the orc. Why not? The orc's head flies through the air trailing green blood. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to put that up, actually. I'm going to put that before the final scene because Dodd is kind of the main character because you got to have your relatable human protagonist, and Dodd is going to be the guy. So we're going to have the tavern brawl end with him kind of overpowering his bad guy. Let's see. I'm sipping comethazine this night with you. Seems chill, my man. I don't know what that is, but I hope you enjoy it. I don't know if I can endorse it. Let's see. We're going to have the guards break in. Yeah, Paul Verhoeven comes out of retirement to direct a D&D movie. Why not? Screw it. We'll satirize the arms race. And it hits someone's butt. Oh, Michael, you card. Yeah, why not? A random tavern patron. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Has his pants animated against his will, and they make him kick his own butt. There you go, Michael. The legs on the pants like animate themselves, and the guy suddenly has to like start balancing, and then he's just kicking himself in his own ass. Why not? We'll do that. Let's see. Guard captain. Halt this. Do we want to? Yeah, let's go. We're gonna go full ham. Halt this brawl immediately in the name of the Greyhawk City Guard. The fight stops suddenly, and everyone sees a group of armored city guards standing in the tavern entrance. Now, we're not going to have that. We're going to have, I have him credited as the bouncer, I think. There was a bouncer who asked them to peace bond their weapons, and we're going to have the bouncer be like, all right, everybody, guards outside, calm it down. Steward, Blackburn, Harlock, where is it? Bouncer. Cool. That's easy enough. I should have probably known that. Bouncer is going to say something like this. Bouncer. Parenthetical. Over the noise. Let's see. What does he say to get everybody's attention? Attention? Tomfoolery, malarkey, and ruffianship. I like ruffianship. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Hey, Michael, I appreciate you stopping by. Good luck teaching that seminar. Yeah. Ooh. Cool. All right. Yeah, right on. Good luck. So, yeah, bouncer, over the noise. Let's see. Not hey. Guards at the door, get your gear and pay your tab and get out. Pay your tab and get out. The fight comes to a no. We're not going to have it stop suddenly. I like that thing, but the fight slows down as everyone looks at the bounder, not bounce. No, an armored guardsman shoulders his way past the bouncer. Guard, halt this ruffianship at once in the name of Elminster. There is a moment of stillness before everybody inside the long night scatters like cockroaches from beneath a rock. Yeah. Dodd and his exterior long night alleyway. Dodd, no. A guard pursues the halflings Perish and what did I name the other one? It was there were two throwaway characters. Hendrick pursues the halflings Perish and Hendrick as they engage in shenanigans. When the guard leaves, Harlock steps out from beneath a magical cloaking spell. Harlock, I hope. Oh shoot! I don't know what the component is for. I think it's like wool. I hope the sheep's wool was worth the brawl. The rest of the okay. Shenanigans. They run past a bronze statue of a minotaur conspicuously placed. The guard leaves. The rest of the crew, minus Fist of Bronze, steps from under the cloak. Fist of the statue, minotaur statue, which was Fist of Bronze, steps forward. Yeah, there we go. Fist of Bronze. I hardly think sheep's wool is difficult to come by in this city. Harlock. No, Harlock is a destruction warlock. It's going to be Marion. Marion. I hope the components were worth the brawl. Okay, no. I hope the brawl was worth the components. I hardly think sheep's wool is difficult to come by in this city. Marion. Regardless. You know how intensely I despise shopping. Such a waste of time. Cool. Dodd. Wheel. You can have some of my share from our. After this next job, I don't think we'll have to worry about buying much wool. And then Elm. Good. Elm. Tell me then, where do we fly next? And then we're going to scene transition there. Interior, Wanderlust, Galley? Yeah, why not? Night. No, they're hanging out on the deck. Why not? Deck, night. The crew of the Wanderlust recline on the deck of the skyship. Dodd stands in the center and reads off a job post sheet. Dodd. For enterprising treasure seekers, the Cartographers Guild has recently discovered the location of an eldritch laboratory rumored to have once belonged to Mordenkainen of Greyhawk. I don't think originally Mordenkainen was from Greyhawk, but the thing about doing an adaptation is that you change what you need to change. Harlock and Marion perk up at the mention of Mordenkainen. Harlock. This was a public posting? Are you sure? Dodd. No, but it will be soon. Damodar gave us the gave us advance notice, but we need to leave by sunrise at the latest if we want to beat the rush. It's going public when the when the League, we're going to call it the League instead of the Adventurers League because we're trying to throw in as many D&D references as we possibly can. It's going public when the League's doors open tomorrow, and we're going to have plenty of competition. Marion, why? No. Elm. Not Elm. Yeah, Elm, why not? Then let's not waste any time. We may as well set off now. Fist of Bronze. I suspect the others would appreciate some time to rest. First, Harlock. I've had little time to study beyond catching up on lost time from our last excursion. If you recall, the dragon gave us quite a fight, and I suspect Mordenkainen's lab maintains harsher security. Marion, yeah. Let's see. I have some doubts as to the authenticity of the lab's ownership, but regardless, wizard towers are no mountain hike. God. I'm trying to get everybody on the same page as far as the crew goes so that everybody can be like, all right, cool, let's do it. As in, this is an adventuring party deciding which adventure they want to go on next. Let's see. That may be true. No, that may not be true. That's almost certainly true, but God hands Marion the job sheet. God. And I think it fills in continued. Yeah, there it is. Take note of the payment line. Marion, Marion puts on her reading spectacles. Spectacles are a more fantasy appropriate term for glasses for people who aren't aware. So, I'm a big fan of the word spectacles in the genre story. Puts on her spectacles and leans close in the lamplight. Marion, whisper. Parenthetical, whispering. Those who first reach the first retrieve items of interest, return items of interest. Return items of interest to the city of Greyhawk are first entitled to. We're gonna say what's an man? It's been so long since I've DM'd like D&D. I don't remember what appropriate gold rewards are. We're gonna say 1,500 gold because this is a 5th level party, so they should be getting a fair amount of gold each. And they're Harlock, Marion, Fist. There are 5 of them, 300 gold each. It feels really low, but that's the point. Greyhawk are first entitled to a reward of 1,500 gold to be paid from the League coffers. God, this seems low. God, keep reading. I know they probably would keep reading, but this is a movie, so you got to have like those kind of lines where I've heard it called the pronoun game, where it's like, well, she's in town. And it's like the characters obviously know who it is, but the audience doesn't, so you got to make it seem, you got to build that tension up a little bit. Keep reading. Marion goes back to reading. Additionally, any enterprising individual who gains access to the tower shall be granted ownership over whatever relics they obtain during their time within the tower. Harlock, does the League have is jurisdiction? Why not? We're going to call it jurisdiction. We're going to say that the League kind of like grants people like, yeah, you can take this, you can take that, you can take this, and we'll deal with the ramifications if you're not allowed to keep it. Does the League have jurisdiction to grant ownership over Mordenkainen's property? Fist of Bronze. Until someone says otherwise, I suspect that is how it will work out. Elm. What could we possibly want from a wizard's select? Nah, Elm's not dumb. Elm's just, fighty. Very good. Now that the magic users have finished reading the contract, shall we leave? God, in the morning. First, I think we should all take a rest and make sure we're ready. This has the potential to get really big. So let's call a bell rings on the Wanderlust. Banister gang hand railing rings at the Wanderlust's cabin. The gang looks up. God looks at the gangplank. Marion, are we expecting anyone? Dodd, maybe the dockmaster? Elm, if he tries to overcharge us again, I will have more than words for him. God, try and minimize the trouble. This is when we can kind of have the meshing of the Savina storyline. Well, not storyline so much, but we see that Savina is going to send groups of adventurers after this lab because she and Profion have gotten into it on the Senate floor. Try and minimize the trouble. I'm going to see who it is. Dodd goes over to the railing and looks down. A woman, Savina, and dwarf, Urus. I don't know if this is strictly format appropriate because I have no idea what I'm doing, but that's why everybody here is watching me because I'm a first-time screenwriter writing this. Stand alone at the bottom of the gangplank. God. Say, has anyone angered a senator today? Nobody responds. No, not nobody. Marion. A senator? Marion's kind of the straight man as far as like the crew goes. Beyond Dodd, Dodd is a rascal. He's a scamp. But Marion is like a senator. Are we parked? Nah, I don't like are we parked illegally. Senator. Fist of bronze. Isn't there a high senate? Not convalescence. What's it called? A concordance? High senate concordance in session? Perhaps. Nah, not perhaps. Send them away. Nothing good ever comes from senators. Ha! Commentary. God. No. Harlock. Just pretend nobody is here. Savina off screen because she's down. Hello, are you the captain? Because God is clumsy. God shrugs at the crew. God. It's probably nothing. I'll be back up in a moment. Fist, if you want to keep an eye from up here, I'd appreciate it. Fist of bronze goes to the railing as Dodd descends the gangplank. I don't know if we strictly need to have another scene break for this, but interior, Greyhawk, Skydocks. Dodd stops in front of Savina and rests his hands behind his back. God, Senator, I don't think we were expecting a visit. Is there something I can help you with? Savina. My assistant, Seneschal, why not? Let's see. Captain Dodd of the Wanderlust. Do I have the honor of addressing Captain Dodd of the skyship Wanderlust? Dodd, very same. And if I'm correct, you are Senator Savina. I don't have a last name for Savina. Savina Uh, uh, Damn, I really don't have anything. Last name. York Senator Sabina. Last name. Sabina. I am. I did not expect a skyship captain to recognize politicians on sight. God, I've had my fair share of run-ins with senators, perhaps more than most. If this, uh, if you're, well, let's see. I've had my fair share. So he's inviting her onto the ship so they can talk about. She obviously has a job for him. And it's the same job that she got from Damodar, which is from Profion. So we get this like kind of built-in backstory or hinting that this whole thing is kind of like Profion and Damodar are going to secretly be in cahoots. And so I need Savina to plant the seed in the crew's head that they are that this is all connected. And honest, we're on page 25. This is way too long. I could probably cut this in half, and it would probably be a way more appropriate pacing. But that's why this is called a first draft. It's because you go through it with a fine-tooth comb and do a second and a third and a fifth draft. Let's see. I've had my fair share of run-ins with senators, perhaps more than most captains. There is no more wretched a hive of scum and villainy in this realm than the Senate. Oh, Red, you card. Oh, you mean in the story? Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Perhaps more than most captains. Savina, I hope the reputation doesn't. No. Savina, waits. Perhaps there is a more secluded place where we could discuss business. I understand you and your crew are contractors and may be in need of a job. God, we might be amenable to taking on a contract. Let's talk up on deck. Let's see. Exterior, skyship, deck. God walks to the top of the gangplank. Elm, did you convince the politician to skulk away? Savina, off screen. Though we may skulk, oftentimes we skulk. Skulk. Yep, there we go. Skulk is one of the more polite terms I've heard. Savina and Urist here behind Dodd. Elm locks eyes with the dwarf, and the two frown at each other. God, the senator says she may have a job for us, considering we were just discussing our next outing. I thought it prudent to consider all options. Marion and Harlock exchange a look. Fist of bronze doesn't move. Urist, you can tell you're warforged to get out from behind us. Fist of Bronze shrugs, looks at the dwarf, then goes to stand next to Dodd. Savina's going to launch into this job. She's going to offer them she's going to offer them the same job. Let's see. How are we going to word this? My name is Savina, last name, and you already know I'm a member of the High... I think she's the High Senate. We're going to say she's not. She's of the Common Senate. See the last name, you already know I'm a member of the Common Senate. The current concordance has been called due to the disappearance of Greyhawk's guardian, Elminster, Harlock Spitz. Yeah, Harlock doesn't like Elminster. Why not? Harlock is a warlock, so like practitioner magic users probably aren't her cup of tea. Harlock Spitz. Savina frowns but continues. Savina continued. There is a schism growing in Greyhawk between those who study the occult arts and those who wish to see this city's tide rise. No, those who between those who wish to see the city rise once more as a beacon and those who wish to steal its light. Oh, I'm going to go through and workshop this out. Steal its light for themselves. I represent God. No, God's not going to cut her off. I represent those who wish to make life better for all. Elm rolls her eyes. Savina, tourist. Do you have an issue, Elf? Elm. I care about the struggles endured by these people as far as it goes, as far as it affects their ability to pay us. Captain, we've already got a job. There, I see a little need to accept work for charity. Yeah, and I think we're going to end it there. We got about 10 pages done. We're finally hitting the inciting incident. This is way too long for that. Your inciting incident should ideally take place on 10, which I think it kind of does, in that the crew learn that there's another job for them, but they spend a lot of time at the bar, and it could probably be shortened a lot. However, this is experimental, at least for me. It's not, this is a pretty conventional movie so far, but it's experimental in as much as the format that I'm trying to do. So, yeah, about 7 pages done there, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. Ideally, we'll be back to a normal Twitch and Upstream next week, where we will be expanding on a certain idea about robots and what makes them kind of go. Again, This is Twitching Upstream. I'm Dylan. Zach couldn't be here. We're Some Nobodies, and we do podcasting and other content creation. You can find our stuff at somenobodies.com. You can support us at patreon.com/Some Nobodies, where you can go help us turn this into an actual venture. We're trying to sell out, and until we get there, we're going to need a little bit of help. And until then, listen to Silicon Angels. Check out The Real Boys on Monday nights and Friday nights. Listen to No Time to Binge Wednesday afternoons, where we watch the first and last episodes of a TV show, fill in the rest. What else do we got? A podcast show. We got some other stuff going on. Twitching Upstream. We're retooling Talking Upstream a little bit. That's undergoing a bit of a format change right now. But we're back at it. We're always at it when we can be here. Reality ensues sometimes. Again, finally, my name is Dylan. This is Twitching Upstream. Join us next week at the same time, and we'll be doing something else that's probably pretty fun. Until then, be well. Take it easy.